Feather. My name is Azura DragonFaether, the Draconic Priestess, and I am about to crash out, okay? I am so beyond disturbed by the deep dive I've been doing for our 31 days of Samhain. I've been putting together the next couple of episodes for just our challenge and doing some more deep diving and decolonization of Halloween. And just some of the things that I have uncovered in learning about the history of Halloween and the history of Samhain within Wicca and all of that, I'm properly unwell. So grab a snack, okay? I have a water bottle here with me, just to try and deal with my shit today, cause I really can't. I really just don't think there's anything nice in this world anymore. I'm so serious. Besides you guys, okay? Cheers to the hatchlings for being the light in my life, cause fuck man, bismillah. It's so bad, you guys. Like, why can't we have nice things? Like, why is Halloween fundamentally racist? Like, oh my gosh, like why is it fundamentally misogynistic? Like, why am I pretty sure that every single holiday in America has some sort of like really just messed up backstory? Like this whole entire like thing, we have Patat here by the way for moral support. I'm not doing well today, guys. I'm extremely sad about my favorite holiday being a piece of shit. So grab a snack, honestly. This year we're really just gonna focus on what Halloween's actually about, which is remembering our lost loved ones, okay? And today I wanted to jump on this stream and yes, I'm validly crashing out, but more than anything, it's not about my anger. It is about our sisters who we have lost, okay? It is about the cultures we have lost. It is about the languages we have lost. It's time to remember and it's time to reflect because that is what Samhain is about. Samhain is about remembering those we've loved and lost. It's about remembering our ancestors. It's about being connected to the spirits of the land. It's a very, you know, rural type of holiday that comes from a place of slow, steady pacing without, like throughout life, right? Like the whole entire point of the way that Halloween has been created today and the way that Halloween looks today is for capitalism. It is for propaganda. It is for all of these just, it has become everything that Halloween was like never supposed to be. Yes, Halloween is different from Samhain, but it like obviously is all connected, right? So like the way that we basically have Halloween today is it started as Samhain, which is a Celtic, Irish / Scottish rural holiday that is for honoring ancestors and like the spirits of the land, and was a festival for the Gaelic people, okay? And when Christianity came around, they turned Samhain into All Saints Day, and basically from there they took the traditional parts of Samhain that would be considered like, you know, the fires, like the bonfires and the dancing and a lot of the more like spiritual aspects of it, like in honoring the dead and in honoring the spirits and those beyond the veil. They took that and they really demonized it. And then we really kind of got this reappropriation of Samhain through Wicca. Gerald Garner sucks a dick. So he and this other guy named Ross Nicholas, I believe his name is, they made the Wiccan Wheel of the Year, which is basically just a Frankenstein celebration cycle of a bunch of like indigenous European like festivals, like for real. Samhain being one of them, right? We're gonna eventually cover all of the Sabbats and how they were appropriated here on the channel this year, starting with Samhain. But I was just like horrified to realize that like in that appropriation of Samhain being part of like Wicca, that's where it got its association with witches and its association with like the veil thinning and its association with being the witch's new year. Yes, he was a very sucky dude. Gerald Gardner was a very sucky dude. Welcome the Aquarian Dragon to your daily dose of DragonFaether. It's so good to see you guys. And Angel Malik, am I saying your name right? I hope so. Welcome to your daily dose of DragonFaether. But that is essentially, in a nutshell, like where we get modern day Halloween, and there's like so much more that goes into it with like even the image of like a witch with like green green skin and like a big hooked nose and warts all over her face is a caricature that traces to anti-Semitism and like the demonization of Jewish people, and how it's like all tied into calling Jewish people magicians because of the way that they practice Judaism. There's so much wrong with this, okay? I'm so mad. Welcome to your daily dose of DragonFaether, the vintage system. It's so good to see you. Samhain is a culmination of harvest festivals that was weaved together. It was well woven though, TBH. Yeah, but it was like originally not even really that serious of a holiday. It like literally was such like an intimate holiday for like the rural people of Ireland and Scotland, and like it was something that was supposed to signify the dark season, and like it was never really associated with all of this like witchcraft. Like that is like such a new age thing, and I'm just like so sad because like growing up, I always looked forward to Halloween because it was like the one time of year that I really felt like I could be myself, because I like, look at what I'm wearing. I would wear like my horns like every year, like once I like was like older, like in my teens. But as a kid, like I would love to dress up as a witch. I would love to make my own costumes. I like made myself a peacock costume one year and I'm like in love with it. And like I don't know guys, like I'm just like really sad about like the more that I do studying, especially on like, you know, my favorite thing to like learn about in like my life is just like theology, which is just the study of like world religion and spirituality. And the more that I do that, the more sad that I get, you guys, because it's just like every single time I'm learning about like a new culture that's not Christianity, like there's some form of like oppression and genocide involved. Like I'm actually so fucking sad, you guys. Like that's what I want to focus on this year for Halloween, is grieving that fucking loss. Like, do you guys understand that like it's time to grieve, okay? Like no offense, like it's time to like feel the feelings. Like everybody stop running around, okay? Fucking screw your clock and your deadlines. Like this is life, okay? This is real life, and we've been going so fucking hard since the Industrial Revolution and since all of these things with religion and Abrahamic religions. And as much as I love Islam, like Islam is also part of the problem, like with all of this stuff. And it's just like, bruh, I'm struggling, like I'm stressed out, and I can only imagine how people who are in this feel. Like I am so privileged to be able to just like discover this on like a random Tuesday or whatever the day is today. Like I am so privileged, and the life that I live, that I just happen to like, you know, go through my life and not know about these things, right? But like this is why it's so important to my work as what I do, you know, within my spiritual practice. Like always, and like especially with working with dragons, you guys, like decolonization is so paramountly important, okay? It's so important in our practice of witchcraft, because whether or not you believe in it, like even witchcraft itself is so heavily appropriated and like propagandized, and like everything has like this already written like program of what people want you to think and want you to believe. And like that's like, for example, when I reverted to Islam, like I was kind of like expected to just like hate gay people overnight and like just like hate trans people overnight. And I'm like, what? Like what in the cognitive dissonance? What in the brain rot? Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like why can't we just be nice to each other? Like what happened, guys? Like fundamentally, where did we go wrong? Like that's like honestly where I'm at right now today, like trying to process this. the primordial void. Hey, hiya! Welcome to your daily dose of DragonFaether. Archer does YouTube. Well, welcome back to your daily, oh no, dose of DragonFaether. We just lost Patat. I'm grabbing him right now. Patat, come back. We got him back. He's right here. Oh shit, now I don't know if I should dress up at work and watch Nightmare Before Christmas to celebrate. Is it okay to celebrate while also acknowledging the horrible past, or I don't know what to do? It's okay, Archer, because like that's kind of what we're gonna do, you know, just like moving forward with the 31 days of Samhain. It's about being consciously aware of how we can celebrate these holidays in a way that is honoring the people who lost their lives and lost their ways of life, lost their languages, their families, their cultures, their identities over colonialism, and the way that, you know, capitalism really pushes these holidays, right? It's about being aware of that impact, right? It's not about saying like, oh, I can't celebrate anything anymore. Like, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with these holidays at their roots, right? They're very sacred practices. It's just, let's focus this year on really just kind of like sitting with this truth. It's like, you know, Halloween is considered the darkest, the spookiest holiday. Like, you know what's spooky? Like, genocide is fucking spooky. Like, do you know what's spooky? Like, misogyny is fucking spooky. Like, do you know what else is spooky? Racism is fucking spooky, okay? Like, let's talk about it, because like even the word spooky has like so much like racist heritage to it. Like, I'm overwhelmed, guys. Like, and I can only imagine how you guys feel too if you're just like learning about these things, because it is like a slap in the face and a punch to the gut and ripping your heart out all at once. Trick or treat? What do you mean? More like rip my heart out. Like, actually. Homophobia, transphobia, etc. Yeah, exactly. If you're in the Fox, welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether, by the way. And hey, hi, hello, brokenhearted wolf. Welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether. I really am just kind of like at this crossroads, I guess you could say, of my personal practice, especially as somebody who is like actively doing like decolonization work, and I have been for years. Like, decolonization is going to be a lifelong process for me, and it should be for anyone who looks like me, okay? Because of how indoctrinated we are, like from not only the families, but the religions that we are often a part of, as well as the schools that we are often a part of, and by extension, the families and communities that we're around. And that's why, like, especially when it comes to working with my Dragon Guardian Pickle Chips, like, that is the main focus of what I do working with this particular Dragon Guardian, is decolonization. This dragon reminds me, it is about the color of your skin, okay? Like, and it's not to be rude, right? It's not to be like, oh, if you're white, you're evil. Like, that's not what this conversation is about, right? It's not about black and white thinking. Do you know what I mean? It's all about just holding the nuance and reflecting upon things. How does the Halloween thing fit into decolonization? Well, for starters, we're gonna have an episode later out tonight, probably like either early in the morning, like, like late, early, like 2 a.m. maybe. We're going to cover how the next week of October, we're going to basically just be focusing on how to have like decolonization throughout the Halloween like season, and how to actively do that, and also how to still enjoy a spooky season, okay? Because it's not like, I'm not trying to take your joy away, okay? Like, I know that for a lot of us, the only thing that keeps us going are our holiday celebrations. I know that I've been there, okay? So that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, like, you can celebrate the way that you want to, the way that's traditionally done in like a modern like Halloween celebration, right? But it's about being consciously aware of where certain things come from and having those conversations with people. And maybe certain things you dress up as, don't dress up as them. Like, maybe don't dress up as a green witch anymore. Like, it's super racist, okay, towards Jewish people. Let's not do that. And it's one step at a time kind of thing, right? Because it's not about shaming ourselves, because we don't know any better. Do you know what I mean? It's about, you know, just acknowledging what we learn and discover as we learn and discover it, and being like, damn, that sucks. Like, let's hold space for that. Like, it's not about saying, oh, I'm a shitty person for wanting to still celebrate Halloween this way. It's about going about the motions, but in a more conscious way, and making little tiny changes here and there as you can. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm dressing up as Jack Skellington. You can dress up as whomever you like. Do you know what I mean? It only becomes an issue when you start dressing in, like, you know, Native American, like, sacred attire, like with their headdresses, or you start dressing in, like, you know, racist depiction of, like, Mexican people, or you start, like, I don't know, like, making children's characters, like, not safe for work. Do you know what I mean? That's when it starts getting weird. But, like, I digress. Like, at the end of the day, you guys, our Halloween, our, you know, holidays, our whatever kind of celebrations we have is first and foremost about being together with the ones that we love. And this particular holiday for Halloween, it's just about remembering the ones that we love that we don't necessarily get to hug anymore in a physical body, right? Like, it's about giving them a little bit of a spiritual hug, you know? And that's kind of like what I want to remind people about this year, is that more than anything, Halloween is not about carving pumpkins. Halloween is not about dressing up. Halloween is not about the candy. Halloween is about everybody we've lost, you guys. Everybody. In the most darkest, ugliest, brutal ways. That is what Halloween is for. It is for wailing. It is for grieving. It is for acknowledging loss and contemplating death. That is what it's about. It is not about seeing how little clothing you can wear for a picture. Okay, I've been there too, all right? Like, come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, Halloween is not about scaring your friends. Halloween is not about making all of this gore and guts and all of that. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? I'm offended. Like, I'm offended, Becky. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you got, like, has humanity no shame anymore? I think actually we, like, kind of really don't. Like, I feel like I was getting to the point where I was, like, too shameless, right? But it's like, now it's like, no, man, like, I'm not, it's not good enough for me, okay? Like, this is not good enough for me. I am not, it's not acceptable. So I am not gonna fucking stop talking about this. And it's like what my whole entire life is dedicated towards, is how propagandized witches are and witchcraft is. First of all, like, why? Okay, like, and just the language around the word witch, the history around the word witch, like, that I need to know. Oh, hey, hi. Hello, Rebel Child Witchery. Welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether. Welcome, great alien, to your daily dose of DragonFaether. There won't be these arbitrary distinctions for people to obsess about and fight each other over. Not sure what you're talking about. Hi, gotcha, huh? Didn't know the Green Witch was a Jewish racist thing and not a hate against witchcraft thing. Yeah, dude, isn't that crazy? So it actually mimics old, like, medieval Middle Eastern caricatures of Jewish people. Yeah, with, like, the green or gray skin. And the hooked nose, especially with the warded skin, is like a exaggeration of, like, negative depiction of, like, Jewish features, which is just so anti-Semitic. So when we have the movie that just came out, what was it with Ariana Grande? Wicked? Yeah. So the black woman being painted green. Oh, she didn't deserve that. She really didn't deserve that. They really would paint the black woman green, wouldn't they? I'm so upset. Like, I just, oh no, the crash out is imminent. Do you know what I mean? Yes, it's wicked. The comment about that, thanks for letting me know, Gray Alien. Let me go check it out. Oh, I found it. Azura, I love your videos. Do you think that someday far in the future, humanity will become one beautiful, uniform, beige skin color and unite as a collective whole on a planet-wide level? There won't be arbitrary distinctions to obsess about and fight each other over. You know what? Wow, Gray Alien. I'm so glad I went back and read that question. Holy crap. Because the way that like at least in the statistics that I've studied about like skin color, it seems like people who look like me, okay, we're like slowly disappearing, and that's why I think we see all of this like last minute like, what's the word, like white supremacy crash out on the main stage right now, because it's like, bruh, like we're gonna be gone in a few generations. Like there's many girls who look like me who are like, I'm not having kids, bestie. Like I'm good, okay. Like that is what, okay, I literally, wallahi, okay, I told my husband, I was like, I will not have kids, okay. I'm not gonna do it. The world doesn't need any more of me, even if they're only like half looking like me, okay? We're good. We're great, okay? It's fine. I'm not offended. I don't take myself seriously. And I think people who look like me take themselves too seriously. That is the problem. We die, okay? Happy Halloween, guys. We die, okay? Like, I'm upset that people who get enough power act like they never die, okay? And then they start doing such fuck shit, like shout out to John Smith, for example, who's just a horrible human being all around, using whatever little slice of influence and, you know, white supremacy they got up their pocket to just do some fuck shit, okay? Wild. Absolutely wild, by the way. I'm just like, whoa, okay? Because, wow, that was not, I knew it was bad, guys. Cause like I've done some decolonization work when it came to like the like witches trials, and when it came to the origins of Samhain and certain, and also like the depiction of like the witch being green being anti-Semitic. Like I knew some of these things, right? I'm sure like we've talked a little bit about it in 31 Days of Samhain in years past. But something about the way that I deep dived it this year fucking hurt. And I don't know if it was because like maybe my like perspective has changed or something like that, but like bruh, I like, before I went live today, I was like sobbing. Like I literally was like crying. Like I had to like cry to Allah for a little bit, and then I was like, I have to go live about this. I'm not okay. Like I'm not okay. I have too many of me in the world. LMAO, I've seen too many doppelgangers all across the world. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't want to have kids ever either. Yeah, cheers to never having kids, okay? Like, my child, she has 4 legs and she likes to purr and eat a lot. Her name is Nayola and she's a cat. Like, I'm not gonna have human children. Like, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. You're amazing. I'm so happy to see you live. Yay, Sage Braun. Welcome to your daily dose of DragonFaether. An honor and a privilege to have you here. Emery's, you too. It's good to see you. It's actually been a while. It's good to see you. Welcome to Daily Dose DragonFaether. One of my friends did a tarot reading for me online last Halloween. Ooh. Was it a good one? What was the thing you found out today? Well, here, let me show you guys. I guess I'll just give you like this little sneak peek of the notes for the official episode. I'm not completely done. I just have, I think, day 10 left, because the next video we're gonna do for 31 Days of Samhain is gonna be like a little bit of a decolonization package for Halloween and Samhain, because girl, you know we need it. Basically, so like the topic was like how Samhain is like appropriated into Wicca, right? So we just go like each day, like day 3, day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, we're gonna be going over like a different part of like Halloween and Samhain, and like decolonize it. Like that's how many days we need for this. Okay, I know. We probably could do an entire 31 days of Samhain on decolonization, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what ends up happening next year. Because out of all of the pagan holidays, I guess you could say, Samhain seems to be the one that has become the most popular. It always kind of was, especially before like Wicca really took off. Like online, I'm talking about online, right? But yeah, guys, it was just a lot of the genocide part that's attached to it. 31 decolonized days of Samhain. That's a great idea, Rebel Child. You are a brilliant Hermione. I want to have kids with my BF one day via a surrogate, but that's just me, and I completely understand people who don't want kids. Yeah, dude, I don't blame you. Having a surrogate is also such a complicated thing too. Like, I only know a little bit about it because my mom was actually gonna like be a surrogate, but then she got pregnant with me, so she like didn't end up obviously carrying the other child, but she was thinking about it. But yeah, so it was mostly just like, how can I put this? I just kind of realized, like, I think it kind of clicked for me this year that like Wicca is really kind of like an attempt at like white people trying to like remember our severed like indigenous roots to like our spiritual practices that we like genuinely have lost through like colonialism and white supremacy and like just misogyny and like religion and all of that. Do you know what I mean? I just want a wife, lol. I totally don't blame you. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Like, living with like my husband, I feel so whole in the sense of like I don't really feel the need to bring a child into the mix of this. We have an incredible dynamic together, just the two of us and our cat, and why would we ever need anything more than that? Having a child is so expensive in America. What the actual fuckery is that? Okay, like, I honestly, if it wasn't so expensive to have a child and if America wasn't so cruel to mothers, I actually would consider having a child. But that is genuinely just me being so vulnerable, right? Like, I think about having kids like in the like sense of like, oh, I think I'm romanticizing motherhood a little bit, but like then I'm reminded of like the reality of like childbearing and like child rearing, and then I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm so glad I don't have kids. Like, for my life, it was just the greatest thing to not happen to me, if that makes sense. I love Wiccans, but Wicca always felt very patched together to me, if that makes sense. Yeah, Rebel Child, that's a great way to put it. I really like to call Wicca kind of like a Frankenstein religion, to be honest with you. It's really fucking sad. It feels like we were trying to get back in touch with the tree of life, but instead we just stuck a bunch of twigs into mud and called it a tree. And that is not what Wicca should have been. Okay, so I'm gonna have to really sit with my spirit team about that one, because it's just I'm like I'm reeling with the weight of this, I think. Do you know what I mean? When I really like try to like start piecing it all together and understanding like, okay, why did Gerald Gardner make, like, why did this man actually found Wicca? Okay, like, I need to understand this man's psyche and his thought process, and like what was the purpose, okay, of creating Wicca? Like, where, like, was it the man just like trying to be cool, or like was there a purpose here? And the more that I study this man, okay, as much as I do not like this man, the more that I realize that it seems to be some sort of like what's the word? It's like some sort of attempt, thank you, Allahu Akbar, of like reclaiming our heritage, but instead of like doing it from like an indigenous European folk way, we did it through the lens of like Victorian colonialism and like Western occultism. And I'm unwell. I'm very sad about it. I'm fucking happy Halloween, okay? Like Halloween is never gonna feel the same to me, you guys. Like every single time I say happy Halloween now, all I'm gonna remember is just genocide. I already feel that way about Thanksgiving. Yeah. We can add Halloween to that list now too. I'm very sad about that. Wicca is a scrump from Lilo and Stitch. It's so Wicca is the Frankenstein of witchcraft. Bruh, I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's really fucking sad. The virtue and merit of adoption is also a thing, true. But I'm also, it's not lost on me that adoption is also trauma. Like, we can't deny how, like, physically, like, physiologically in a human being, a mother and, like, a child being separated at birth fundamentally messes with an infant's nervous system. And that is just a conversation that I don't think a lot of people are ready to have. Like, it's just fundamentally not a good thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come for me. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. Like, that's also $1 million industry. It is, okay? Like, it is. Okay, can I ask why you changed your name? I've been watching you for a long time. Of course. Welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether James. Wait, Isaiah James. Yes, so we are the Draconic Priestess now because we have completed the studies with the dragons in terms of like the learning process, right? So my whole life I've been working with dragons, but I initiated myself into my practice when I was 13, and then I started posting videos about it when I was like 15, almost 16, and then I had like 13 plus years of just practice, right? And I finally reached a point where I felt like I was like able to teach others, right? Because I used to be like on my videos, I know that like my videos have always kind of like been educational based, if that makes sense, but like I'm talking about like I have students now. Does that make sense? So before I was like, wasn't cool with like being a mentor because like I was still learning, you know what I mean? But like now I've like reached a point in my practice where like I can fundamentally help you create your own craft. And I have like that level of expertise. It's kind of like a graduation. Yeah, that's the best way I could put it, is I graduated. So thank you for your question. Really good question. Love it. But happy Halloween. I'm so sad. I don't know what to do besides crash out about it. Do you know what I mean? Okay, it's okay, it's sad. I know what I would do. I would make my own holiday. Okay. Like for example, I love spiders. I make a holiday. Okay. Dude, Sage Bun, I'm literally clapping for you. I guess it's silly, but it makes me happy. No, Sage Brawn, that I like that idea. It's kind of like what I tell people when it comes to like if they don't want to practice like a Wicca Wheel of the Year way. Wow, could I speak? Nope. If you want to celebrate like a seasonal like cycle celebration, I tell people to really just focus on the cycles of like, you know, the equinoxes and the solstices and like the elements that you associate with the seasons, if that makes sense. Some people associate like earth, air, fire, and water with the seasons, but some people have like different elemental associations with the seasons. Like some people associate winter with frost magic instead of like water magic or air magic. It just depends, right? So you got me into Wicca, learned most of the stuff from you. Thank you, almost there. That's amazing. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I'm like honestly so honored to even have this channel, and the fact that you guys click on my videos and just were like, yeah, click, I'm gonna click, I'm gonna watch that. Like, whoa, thank you. Like, you guys literally make my day every day. Thank you so much. Is your mentorship paid? Yes and no. So I have like free resources on my Patreon with like my systems and stuff. But like when I talk about like my paid mentorships, it's like a one-on-one type of thing. And it's based on like what you are looking for, right? So like my mentorships, I pretty much tailor them to you. Right now, the way that I have students is very like, has been case by case basis, but we're reworking my Patreon to be basically like, you can get a mentorship based on like one of the systems that I have like created, or you can work with me to like create one for yourself if like none of them like fit or resonate for you. I'll work with you to make one just for you if you're down. But that should be launching at the end of October, I'm pretty sure, if not sooner. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. And we're mostly just really focusing on the 31 days of Samhain this year, because first of all, I really wanted to, I was like inspired by a lot of just deities I've been studying recently to create a curriculum for this year's 31 Days of Samhain Festival that's based off of like a couple types of like rituals and guided meditations and practices that I have done throughout my personal practice when it comes to like spirit work, if that makes sense. And so I wanted to focus on that, but with like some of the darker deities, especially the gods that Nazis tend to worship. Shout out to Typhon, we love you, homie. We don't like the Nazis though. I digress. But I felt like we really just need to take like a solid week to just really focus on this decolonization stuff. It's a lot. I'm excited to see how the Patreon mentorships looks them. Yay! I'm working on keeping them as affordable as possible. It really bothers me seeing creators sell things for like thousands of dollars. So that is not how we're going to be doing things, okay? I think that the minimum membership will be like $36.99 a month is the way that it is, I think, so far. But if we can find a way to make a version for like $13.69 a month, that is the idea, okay, guys? Because like I am really not interested in like, what's the word? Like I hate capitalism. But I also hate communism. I hate all of it, guys. Like, I'm just a hater, okay? I hate fascism. I hate capitalism. I hate communism. Subscribe. Like, oh my god, I'm so upset. So it could be both. Wait, both what? Perhaps. I'm excited. Okay, I already read that. So you're a guru. Haha, awesome. Oh no. Oh no. No, I'm not a guru. I'm not like trying to tell you what to believe, right? It's like just a mentor, like in every sense of the word, right? Like a guru kind of has this like air of, I'm gonna teach you the right way of how to do things. Like I don't do that. I literally have no idea unless I talk to you, okay? So more than anything, I'm just like offering you my time to chat. You know, like I'm not a therapist, but people express therapeutic results from a lot of what I do. Like, can we all just live? Honestly, honestly, I feel you. Just made another journal the other day from your old grimoire tutorial. Oh my gosh, bro, that blows me away. I need to make an updated version, you guys, because I don't think I've made a tutorial of how I do it with the sewing machine. I can't remember. Did I? I think I have one video that's about like DIY crafts for the new year. And I know in that book I know in that video I made a book. Ew. Cat hair is everywhere in my house, by the way. Gross. Sorry about that. I don't remember if I made a book with my sewing machine in that video, but I would like to make like a whole nother rededicated update because I make them completely differently now. It is so much work making them, hand stitching them, like, Got to ask, do you partake in the devil's lettuce? Not in the way that you would think. I don't smoke. Very bad for my health, actually. I really recommend everybody doesn't smoke. Your heart's important, okay? Like, please don't smoke weed. Okay, I know that's not what you expected from me. We drink it though, occasionally for the cramps, because otherwise I've really not found any other like alternative for medication for my period cramps that actually does the job. Yeah. So shout out to cannabis for being able to help me with the period cramps. If you are a girly out there or a human with a uterus who has extraordinarily painful periods, might I suggest the devil's lettuce? And that's pretty much it. That moment when your favorite holiday ends up having terrible history. Archer does YouTube. You and me both, bestie. We're going through it. But at least we're going through it together. And you know, what can I say? All I can really say is that, like, I think that now's the best time to collectively decolonize. Yeah. Canna butter is my savior. Rebel child say. I love canna butter so much. It's so good. Since you brought up capitalism, I mean, question out of curiosity, I'm currently paying my bills, doing work as a designer, and it's always been my goal to scale up my business and continue to grow it. Am I in the wrong for doing this? No, not at all. Let me tell you what I mean about capitalism. You, as an artist or as a human being, being compensated for your work or your art or your services is an equal exchange of energy that you deserve. Period. When I say capitalism, I'm talking about capitalism in a way that's no cap. Funny enough, there's no cap on capitalism in the sense of, like, you can have as much money as you can achieve, okay? If you can get it, you can have it, basically, okay? Like, I'm talking about, like, no billionaires should exist kind of capitalism, okay? Like, I'm talking about, let me paint a picture for you. Somebody who makes millions of dollars a year. My little dude is literally slooping. Focus with me, guys. Somebody who makes, let's say, $3 million a year is closer to poverty and homelessness than somebody with $100 million. Do you understand that? And somebody with $100 million is closer to poverty and homelessness than somebody with $1 billion. Do you get where I'm coming from? And I need you to understand that homelessness didn't exist until capitalism. Fundamentally, it wasn't a thing. We have invented homelessness, okay? You used to be able to just build a house. Capitalism owns the land. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how this is fundamentally fucking wrong? Okay? Like, you wanting to build a business, you wanting to have a company where you service people or provide a product is not inherently evil. Okay? That's not where I'm coming from. Please don't mistake me. I'm saying capitalism as a uncapped ideology, right? Like capitalism in a let's genocide everything to see if we can get the land and exploit it for resources kind of thing. Capitalism, right? That's fucking evil, okay? There should be certain regulations on that, and we don't see that. And that's why the earth looks the way that it does, right? Because we're actively rolling back protections for what? Capitalism. Do you know what I mean? I watched this YouTube video about the lore of Lilith, and I was like, damn, she got done dirty. Why did I read it like that? I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why I read it that way. Sorry. It's been a night, okay? I'm also just kind of trying to make myself laugh because it's just a really hard topic, I think, to be honest with you guys. It's really heavy, so I'm trying to make jokes, I think. But Lilith is actually really interesting in the way that her roots in the terms of her heritage comes from multiple different cultures, right? Very similar to Hellhounds, which is what we will be getting into next week for 31 Days of Samhain. Dragon Dogs! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Wealth with Aphrodite! Welcome to your daily dose of DragonFaether! Yeah. Sorry, we're having just a late night ramble crash out because Halloween fucking sucks. Yeah, my poor favorite holiday. It's not my favorite holiday anymore, and I'm pretending I'm drinking like wine about it, but I can't do that because I'm Muslim, right? That's haram, so I have to drink water and be sad. Yeah, mashallah. You're right, Rebel. I'll pat the patat. It'll be okay. Just pat the patat. Ah, yes, the patat. This is our channel mascot, so subscribe, by the way, if you support the patat. It's very, Patat might be actually getting his own ASMR channel pretty soon. So if you want to have Patat give you tingles, let me know. Anti-capitalism, anti-establishment, anti-collectivism, anti-communism, etc. The only thing I'm really trying to like focus on is like interdependence with like the land and each other in a way where it's like, how can you be in service to others? How can you help your community? You know, and a lot of people kind of forget that like one of the best ways to help the community is to start by helping yourself get better and start by consuming better things, like better media, like having more discipline with the amount of sleep that you get, and certain things you don't watch anymore. Like, I don't watch horror movies. Like, I did a little bit when I was a kid, but like ultimately I really just never really liked them. They always really messed with me. But like there's always going to be something that you can choose to do to like take a step like into a better everyday standard of living. Does that make sense? So that's all I'm trying to say, right? Like maybe you could like brush your teeth twice a day instead of just once a day. That's kind of the thing that I'm trying to talk about. Or like maybe you can like try a Mishawak stick. If you don't know what that is, it's like what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to like clean his teeth. They're like a little stick you can get that's like really good for your teeth. I 10 out of 10 recommend them. I will make a video about them because they are super fun. But stay strong, my beautiful Jewish sister. Oh, I am not Jewish, but so much love to you. I am very much a white girl, like a Welsh white girl. So yeah, I just really care about everybody's cultures, and I love theology, and I have a really deep love and appreciation for Abrahamic religions in a way that I think a lot of people struggle to see because of the way that they are used to hurt people. And that goes for all Abrahamic religions, okay? Like Judaism, Christianity, Catholicism, and Islam, but not Mormonism. Joseph Smith was a criminal, okay? He was not a prophet, and I will die on that hill, okay? Woo, okay. I wish the concept of ownership just wasn't a thing. No, I like to own my body. I'm good. Like, see, I think there's a balance with things, right? Like, I don't want there to never be a concept of ownership, because then if I don't have a concept of owning my own body, do you know how bad that gets fast? Like, was that proper? That was not proper English, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. There's like, there's an, what I like to say is there's an order of operations to things, okay? And there's like gotta be a level of logic and reasoning, okay? And we've got to like leave our big feelings out of things, certain things, okay? It messes with my mind that people say women are emotional when the majority of like decisions in government and business are emotionally driven through power and money. You know, it makes me, it's very curious, okay? I love watching horror movies because I love scaring myself. I don't know why. Archer, have you just looked at the news? Like, we live in a horror movie. Why do you need to watch more of them? Just look on your phone. I'm so serious. Like, happy Halloween, bitch. What a channel. I've been on this channel for so long. And I've just been like, yo, I love witchcraft, bitch. Like, and I've been like, happy Halloween, man. To get to today, okay? Oh, man. Are you drunk? No. I'm just like literally crashing out about how like fucked up Halloween is, to be completely honest with you. Azrael, welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether. The only thing I'm drunk on is water. Yeah, hard to believe. This is just my personality when I'm upset. Okay, I know. I know. We're geeky, cheeky, and freaky, okay? I don't mean that lightly. I just mean that we're a little neurospicy, okay? Edit. I wish the mind mentality would cease. The earth is ours. Yeah, for sure, honestly. It's the you think you own whatever land you land on. No, you don't own it, okay? I'm gonna beat you up. Everybody stop. Why do we pay to live on this rock? I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm about to crash out again. Just for Kaden. Welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether. Fuck Halloween. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna go again. Because it really is that. I'm really that upset. I really am that upset. So, how many of you guys know that Europe was pagan before Christianity? Okay, right, all right, so Ireland, Scotland, there's this huge Catholic vibe currently, right? Are any of you guys like Irish or Scottish? Do you guys have like Catholic family? Do you know what that is? Do you know what this means? This is literally a result of like attempted genocide, colonization. Okay? Hispanic Catholic. My condolences, Kaden. My condolences. My point is very simple. Okay? And I need you guys to hear me like as a Muslim when I say this, okay? I know that might be a little confusing with a dragon behind me and horns on my head and a patat in my lap. Try to hear me this way, okay? As someone who fundamentally is monotheistic, meaning I believe in only one God, and I believe that my God is the one God that is true, and I know that seems weird to some people and it might make you cringe, and the fact that I believe that makes me cringe too, okay? It really does. But let me tell you one thing that's fundamentally different. When I read the Quran, this one, in English, okay, it's the Clear Quran, English only, a thematic English translation by Dr. Mustafa Khattab, okay, this one, when I read this book, you know what it tells me? This one, it says, religion is not compulsive. Do you know what that means? This book says this, okay? The Quran tells me this. There's no compulsion in religion. Do you know what that means? You have a what? A choice. Yeah. You have a choice to be Muslim. If you want, you have a choice to be a witch. You have a choice to be atheist. You have a choice to be like, huh? What is this? I don't even care about this. My point is that you have free will, and everything you do from when you wake up and go to bed every day since birth till death, more or less, you know, because sometimes when we're kids and when we're old, we don't fully have control of our choices, right? We're not fully consciously aware, and not everybody has the privilege to make choices, right? Let's not forget that. If you're even able to choose what religion you are, to read whatever you want, to have the phone to search something on Google, I need you to humble yourself. Like, I need you to be like, wow, how lucky am I? Like, your life is actually so much better than you actually fundamentally could understand. And if you don't believe me, just look at the history of Halloween, because nobody escaped genocide, not even white people. Okay? And Wicca, I really believe, was our first mainstream attempt at trying to remember. And we got it wrong, okay? Because we usually do as white people. All right? And I am so sad. I'm so sad for everything that I'll never learn about my people. So thank God for the Quran surviving, because it's the only place I have found answers. When I looked to remember where I come from, and I just found ashes. Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! Happy hollow wailing! I will never be afraid to cry. I am alive. I will never be afraid to look at the horrors of where we come from, because all of us have messed up together, collectively. Okay? Like, I love studying the world. I love studying the world's religions. And the way that that started for me was this. Finding that there are dragons everywhere. Why are there dragons everywhere? Hello! Like, I know I'm not the only person who sees that. Are you okay? Like, I am so blown away by the fact that I found dragons not only in my heritage in Europe, but in Asia and in Australia and in India and in the Middle East and in like the Arctic and in North America and in Brazil, and hey, guess what? Even in Hawaii. Everywhere. Like, even in the ocean. Turtle Island, dragon in Islam too? Exactly. Like, dragons have taught me to learn about people who I would have otherwise never been able to understand. And for me, seeing dragons in all of the world's religions, as somebody who identifies as Muslim, just looks like a trace of God's mercy in my eyes. Allahu Akbar for dragons. I love this life. And I am so angry that people do not have appreciation for it. The way that I have fought and clawed and clutched my way to find. Like, dude, being raised Mormon sucked, okay? Fuck, man. And then I did the whole tour. I did the whole tour around world religion, and I literally landed on Islam. Yes, Naga and Hinduism, exactly. The dragons are everywhere. I love it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, now all I know how to do my life and move forward is just be as geeky, cheeky, and freaky as I can get, because that is all that's made sense to me. And I don't make sense to people. And that I'm good. Like, I've spent many, many years, actually decades of my life, worrying about that. And I finally have reached a sense of peace in my heart where I feel like I'm ready to get up and do life again, right? And we have started with decolonization because everybody deserves dragons. And the one thing that pisses me off more than anything is how gatekeepy this community is with dragons. Why? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Dragons are a cultural bridge. Please keep all in cultural context. Exactly, Rebel. Otherwise, you're just blurring the lines between really, really unique and special, distinct mythologies that are worthy and deserving of being kept sacred in the cultures that they come from. It doesn't matter if there's similar overlap. If anything, that is just a sacred phenomenon that should be studied. It shouldn't be assigned to combine everything. That is something that I see super trendy within draconian orders, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, why are we doing this? Like, can we stop? Can we stop? And it's not just like draconian orders that exist today. No, like this shit like traces back to Aleister Crowley, and I'm just like, can we stop? Ugh, I'm exhausted. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many reasons like why I get so much like flack for certain things, because like I don't subscribe to a lot of Western occultist ideals because of the decolonization that I've done in my practice, right? Like, I'm also Muslim. like, yes. I think people forgot that it's Muslim witch, like not pagan witch anymore. Like, I've been a pagan and I love paganism, okay? I do not know why I was like suddenly expected to like become a pagan hater when I was like, I like Islam, but it's really strange. And I'm just like, what? Like, I try to tell Muslims that black magic is racist. Can we not call it that? It's hard, guys. It's really hard. And I had such a hard conversation with my Quran teacher the other day about the culture of like the countries that she comes from. So she's Pakistani, and she basically told me like a lot of the history of like why we have like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh, excuse me, and how a lot of the culture in the way that they treat women was like very much preserved in like the ahadiths of like Islam and like the cultural practices of like just how the genders treat each other, right? And it's kind of like a weird blend sometimes between like Hinduism and Islam, and like how like those religions like actually influence the cultures, and how those cultures were then influenced by like British invasion. And it was a really hard lesson, you guys. I was like, oh fuck. Do you know what I mean? Oh man, that lesson was so hard, man. And it just like made me realize like in America, like especially the education that I got when I was like in school was very much from the perspective that we are the developed nation. Like, we are like the fullest forward in terms of like civilized society and like industrial revolution and like technological advancement. That is what I was taught as an American child, okay? That is really not true, okay? It's kind of really not true. And my dad, shout out to DragonFaether, he did some like work trips to China, and like through him doing those like work trips to China, he like shared stories with me about how like historically China has been like the world power, okay? Like the fact that like America has been like doing its own thing, being kind of like considered the global power for what, like roughly some hundred or whatever years, right? Kind of impressive. and I don't know if it's gonna last much longer. Not in a like a violent way, in just a political science philanthropy study way. But yeah, I'm honest about myself, and I like to keep an open mind about everything. Me too, to be honest. We're the best. Go America. In reputation, honestly. I can smell the misogyny in some draconian spaces. Oh, it's really bad, guys. Like, look, man, I've been working on some really cool things about draconianism in terms of like feminism, right? We're gonna get that very soon this year. It's coming mostly in November, right after it's like starting in 31 Days of Samhain, but we're gonna like really jump in hard in November. I guess I don't even know, man. I don't even know what this live stream is anymore. It was mostly just me getting really mad for a second. I shall always be my authentic self, just because I don't got time to care about others' perspectives of me. Of course, the Aquarian dragon, mean, okay? Like, at the end of the day, one thing that I realize, especially like for me, like as Muslim, like I use the Quran to help guide my life, because I have felt very lost, truly, most of my life. And when I read the Quran, I am only reminded that like I am responsible for my own actions. I am not responsible for your actions. Like, I'm responsible for how I show up and how I treat people. Like, I'm responsible for if I'm doing good deeds or if I'm spreading corruption in the land. Like, I'm responsible for doing my best or doing my worst. Like, or not really trying. Like, I'm responsible for letting people down when I promise them my time. Like, I'm accountable. Do you know what I mean? And it made me realize, like, I'm also accountable, like denying how like my intuition, my heart, my soul, my gut, like my instinct, whatever you want to call it, like tells me where to go, how to move, and what to believe in and what to practice in my life and what feels true and authentic to me. And there's a lot of people who have like an idea of what Azura DragonFaether is supposed to be, right? And with all due respect, like, that is weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to be here. Like, I literally took a step away from this channel for over 2 years for a reason, because I had to remember I didn't have to be here. Like, I choose to be here for many reasons, and now that I'm back, it's mostly 100% actually to please God. Like, who would have thunk a witch makes content to please God? Like, but that's my life, okay? Like, if you don't like the geeky, cheeky, and freaky nature of what I got going on here, the cool thing about YouTube is that there's probably about a ton of thousands of other people to go watch. And my only purpose in the content that I make now is to just do the best that I can, and to just like really be honest about what's on my heart and what I'm studying, and just the work that I do with dragons, the studies that I do with Islam, what I learn about studying like all world religions. Do you know what I mean? It means the world to me to learn about these things. And people in my real life, they just don't care about the theology and the world religion and the spirituality and the language and the culture the way that I do. And it's always kind of been like that. Sometimes I find people who are like into one religion or one type of culture or practice or one type of witchcraft, and that's great, but like the depth that I'm looking for, you know, is like why I truly have always like come to this channel, and why I like initially turned to this channel when I was so young, you know what I mean? Like, people were like, weird dragon girl. I was like, yeah, dragonology. Do you know what I mean? But you know, like, all I can say is that like it's like a beautiful, like, I look back now and it's like a beautiful story to me, and I just want to remind everybody that like, if you really just take the time to like sit and reflect upon the life that you've lived, and like every like up and every down and every way that you've gone all around, like, you'll really just realize how far that you've come. Like, especially if you're like in a place where you have like a roof over your head, and you have like food in your stomach, and you have like Wi-Fi to like watch whatever you want. Like, it's a more peaceful life than you realize, and it's gonna go away really soon. Happy Halloween, okay? And this month, let's just remind ourselves how short it really is, and how short it really has been for some people, and how long in a bad way it's been for some people, because that's what this holiday was originally about. So instead of the carving of pumpkins, I'm gonna carve my heart out and allow myself to feel, to grieve, to wail for people who I will never know, who never spoke my language, who were forced to speak my language, and people who I have never known too, like, yet to discover, basically, because there's so many like people that I'm discovering every day, like groups of people who are indigenous all around the world, who have a story of being erased by colonialism, and that is Halloween, and I will never be able to see it another way. Like, I am fundamentally grieving every single autumn, because it's not just Halloween, it's Thanksgiving. Like, I honestly have just kind of like entered a perpetual state of grief, and it almost feels like political in nature, to be honest, because of how much I feel like we are forced to not grieve with how we even have a clock. How do you grieve when you're on the clock? Like, if you're like not punched into working, you're punched out thinking about when you have to clock in. When do you let yourself feel things when that's the case? Like, people go their whole lives actually and don't feel things until they crash out. To be honest, you know, I thought I was gonna live like a Duggar my whole life. Very grateful. That's good. It's good that you didn't. 3 days bereavement. Are we okay? Honestly, Rebel, dude. So, I don't know. Today I'm just like, I'm, you know, one, grateful for the life that I have, and at the same time, like, a lot of the good things, it's hard to not let it all turn to ash in your mouth sometimes when you like see what's actually going on, you know? And I just want to offer a reminder before I head on out of here, because I am also not feeling the best, and I'm still gonna go try and get the like the first full week of the 31 Days of Samhain about the decolonization, days 3 through 10, up tonight, inshallah. If not, definitely tomorrow. Thank you for the patience on that. The 31 Days of Samhain this year is very interesting. I'm very grateful for the way that it's kind of coming together, because I really wanted to take like a different approach to it, in the sense of like feeling like the spirit is like teaching us, like Spirit is teaching us this year through the myths of not only the dragon dogs, but how we get dragon dogs, and we'll get into that soon, and just the more darker aspects of mythology and pantheons. Do you know what I mean? Free, free, free Palestine, yes! Free Sudan, free Congo, free all the oppressed, absolutely, I mean. I really just, I just want to remind people that if you are interested in witchcraft, right? If you love Halloween and you love spell casting and you love magic and the gods and the mythical creatures and the crystals, the herbs, and all of that, don't forget your decolonization is critically important. Otherwise, you just start making things up and you just start doing the same type of colonization stuff. It's just the default if you don't have an anchor to where it's from, you know, like, and my channel will always be a, like, are they called memos? I think they're called memos, right? Where you just like have like a little notepad and you like take notes down kind of thing. That's kind of like how my videos feel with the daily dose of DragonFaether. And I'm just trying to share that part of my journey. And the more that I age and the deeper that I study, the heavier that it gets, and the more that I realize I need like a new creative outlet, if that makes sense, because like this really started as like a exploring magic, exploring like myths and like legends and lore and stuff like that kind of a channel, and like spirituality, right? But now it's just stressful, so really we're thinking about that ASMR channel. Yeah, so if we have an ASMR channel by the end of the year, don't be surprised, because we really need it. Cute little dragon on your horns. Yes, this is Potat. He is our channel mascot. We're actually thinking of making the ASMR channel his channel, so he will be the one who gives you tingles. He's super cute. Like, come on, man. Like, I was thinking like just like doing stuff like that, like, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll see. We're not sure yet. It's time for your daily dose of DragonFaether. Dude, it's always in my head. Every day I edit, I'm just like, we'll see you back next time for your DD of DF. It is just like always in my brain. But luckily my friends and family are very supportive of me and my beliefs. Yeah, that's good. I owe like my dad everything, because he was just always really supportive of my beliefs growing up. I know that a lot of people have a relationship with their dad where it's like, no, you have to like believe a certain thing or like you're disowned kind of a vibe. So I just feel really like lucky that my dad has just always been very encouraging about my spirituality and was always very like supportive of the witchcraft, bought me my first like book about spells, and like always took me to Barnes & Noble to get like the books that I liked, including the like dragon books like Dancing with Dragons and Mystical Dragon Magic by DJ Conway. So yeah, guys, fuck Halloween and happy Halloween at the same time. I think that's the only way to really conclude today's episode. But I guess my takeaway is just like, it's not about having it black or white, like you have to choose one way or the other. I think it's a little bit more deeper than that, guys. Like, life has always been more about like, it's kind of about, let me learn about all perspectives. Do you know what I mean? And use logic and reasoning to see where I am and where my heart rests. And I just would like to encourage critical thinking. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments, in the playback of this video, or hang out with us in the Hatchling Clan Discord server. It is, I'm sure, the first link down below for you, because we are just really trying to build a community where we all can share our perspective and hang out and chat, and it doesn't matter what you believe in or like what your religion is. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone deserves dragons because there's dragons in all of it. So that's kind of the idea and what we are focusing on moving forward with just the community. You know, it is a hub for dragons more than anything. Obviously, it's the Hatchling clan, but the dragons have really become our portal into learning about everyone around the world, and it's really cool. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm probably gonna go actually crash out and sleep because it's just been a lot, but we're gonna have a snack first, and if I'm feeling it, we'll film that video. But if not, I just wanted to give you this live stream and give you kind of just like an update. Like, I started doing like the notes for like my decolonization episode based off of like a lot of my memory from just like the past and what like I knew was like inherently like racist or like anti-Semitic, like the witch being green with like the hooked nose and the warts. Like, I knew that was like, you know, super anti-Semitic and like rude and racist to Jewish people, so I was like, definitely want to include that. And then I knew that like the Christians were involved with just like messing with Samhain, so I knew about that, but I didn't like know how actually like really bad it was in like a genocidal way, so we rediscovered how actually bad it was. And then there's a lot of like misogyny involved as well, with just like depicting women who are sovereign in their power as like a dark archetype, right? So like a woman who is considered like a light archetype is one that is submissive and sweet and docile, innocent, mild, right? That's kind of the qualities of like the woman that's considered favorable, if you will, or considered holy or considered preferable, or not taboo. Where a woman in her power who's wild and sensual and in touch with her emotions and not like, you know, she's not censoring herself. She's not worried about how her feeling, her deep feeling is going to, you know, make someone else feel uncomfortable. She just is, right? Like, that is portrayed very dark, alternative, very like gothic, very witchy, right? And not necessarily a good way, okay? So, it really just absolutely bothers me on fundamental level, okay? It really makes me so mad, you guys. Oh, so we're gonna do our best, okay, to just do it together. All right. Currently eating vanilla ice cream with fruity pebbles. That sounds delicious. I'm definitely gonna have to try that. Definitely gonna have to try that. Hello, you pretty mother of dragons, Veda. You're so sweet. Welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether. No, we lost Patat. Come back, Patat. No, come. Okay, got him. I got him. He's back. Women are way more powerful than people give them credit for. I agree. I need a real life Rowena from Supernatural, let's be honest. I have not watched Supernatural in a very long time, but we definitely will be talking about Supernatural soon because there's actually a lot of propaganda involved in Supernatural. Believe it or not, I know. Your favorite shows are loaded with it, so we gotta talk about it. But anyway, I'm gonna probably go to bed. It's been a hard day, guys, so I will see you very soon. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Don't forget to join us in the Hatchling clan. I will probably be over there for a little bit before I go to bed. But until next time, poof flop. Stay giga and freaky, little hatchlings. Ding. Lofts, blessed be, and Amin. Please follow me so we don't get lost. And happy Halloween. Please go research it. Please. Please. I just joined and you're going. Oh no. No, I'll stay for you. I can't read. Rocktar? Rocktar. Rocktar's a pretty cool name. I like it. I'll stay for 5 more minutes. This is Potat. He is our channel mascot, if you didn't know. So please subscribe for Patat because we like Patat. Patat is probably going to get his own ASMR channel pretty soon because he is pretty cool. Patat has a friend. This is an Ouroboros from, what's the brand? Squishables. Okay, we love Squishables. There you go. Oh, they're just so cute together. What do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna cry. They're so cute. They're just friends. Okay, they're just friends. All right. He's very. I like how like. It's a good build. Do you know what I mean? It's very ploppy, very floppy, very Patat. That's why I named him Patat. Like I just didn't know what else to describe. How to describe the feeling of this. Do you know what I mean? Like very Patat. That's the only thing I can give you. Do you know what I mean? I want you to know how much Halloween sucks, by the way. That was the whole point of today's episode. It kind of gives cover-up story. So, yeah. Remember that Halloween was actually never about witchcraft. It was just about remembering lost loved ones. A sign of the dark season for very rural people in Ireland and in Scotland for the most part. Yeah, Wicca appropriated it. Let's not kid ourselves, okay guys? So, it's just really sad, do you know what I mean? So, we're gonna just really start with Samhain of this year and in the 31 days of Samhain with the whole decolonization of the Wheel of the Year, and how if you guys still feel called to celebrate the, you know, Sabbats on the Wheel of the Year, that you do so not in like Sabbats, like as Sabbats. Does that make sense? So not calling them Wiccan holidays, but actually honoring them for their roots, their indigenous European roots, be it Welsh or Gaelic or Norse, Anglo-Saxon, those kinds of things. I feel like I'm missing one. Celtic, maybe? Anyway, that's all I have for you, though. But I will see you very soon, okay? Yes, walaikum assalam, my friends. I will see you very soon. But until next time, I'll give you another one. Stay geeky, little hatchlings. Okay, I love them. I love Patat. Please subscribe to Patat. Join the Hatchling clan. I'll be there to hang out with you. And what's the rest of my outro? I'm so tired. Lapis. Blessed be and Amin. Please follow me so we don't get lost. Bye.